That's a way to start the day. But good morning, guys. Welcome to the vlog. Getting a relatively late start to the video this morning. Just having a rough time getting going, but it's been a good day so far. You may have noticed things look a little bit different. I'm just for one day only trying this out. I'm using the iPhone SE, using the 1080p 60 mode, which means that I'm not going to be able to see what's actually going on, not going to be able to make sure I'm framed up 100% appropriately, but I've got a fairly good idea about it. And really, I just want to see how the storage does, how the battery does, how the video quality does. That little clip I did up in the bathroom this morning, I watched it back and it looked very, very good. So I have a feeling it's going to be kind of grainy. It's going to be maybe a little bit jerky, but the tests that I've done with it so far have been excellent. So I figured I would give it a shot. So to go ahead and address the SSS Veda question of the day, it says, how do you volunteer your time or give back? And really, I wish I could volunteer more time. There's so little time to be had. There's so little time to give. I tend to do what I can in terms of answering as many comments, questions, and emails as I get. I try to help people out as much as possible with like video production questions and gear questions. I'm constantly answering questions like, what's the clock on your desk? Or what would you recommend as this? Or how would you do that? So a lot of my giving back is mainly just answering questions and helping people online, be that on YouTube comments, Google+, Twitter, Facebook. I will tell you, I get an awful lot of messages through Facebook, and I really don't like Facebook. So I try not to use it, but if I get a message on there, I'm probably gonna answer it. I'm much more likely to answer a comment, question, or email if it's on YouTube, because that's public, that's somewhere everybody can see it, so that I don't have to answer it over and over again. So one way or the other, if you ask me a question somewhere, Twitter, Google+, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, I'm probably gonna answer it. Even on Snapchat, technically. In terms of other things and other ways, obviously giving back and helping people, there have been a lot of volunteer opportunities that I've unfortunately had to pass up just because I haven't had the time to go out of my way to do it. So I wish I could give back to things like that, you know, Habitat for Humanity, or volunteering at a food bank, or volunteering at a soup kitchen or something. I realistically don't have the time to do it. So we give monetarily where we can, and we give old clothes and toys and everything to people in need, be that friends and family, or be that the church, or be that donation centers. So yeah, unfortunately I don't volunteer, I don't give back as much as I would like to, but I try. I had an interesting thought. I decided to go ahead and give this a try. I may turn this into a main channel video, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm using the Cam, the hardware 3-axis stabilizer on the iPhone SE, and actually makes it a little bit easier to hold because it's one place that I put my hand and I don't have to hold it at a weird angle. It's a lot more natural. I just gotta make sure that I stay in front of the lens and keep it at the right distance from me. Definitely not something I would want to be using while I'm out and about, but if I'm just walking around inside the house, like I'm gonna walk to the other end of the house and back, walking into the dining room, this is actually gonna give us a little bit of a chance to test the different lighting scenarios and do a little spin there. I'm liking this a lot, actually. But it should be nice and smooth and stable. The iPhone SE does have a little bit of digital image stabilization built in as far as I've been able to see. So it was already pretty smooth walking around with it, but with this thing it should be ridiculously smooth. Again, not something I'm going to be doing the entire day, just wanted to play with it a little bit. I probably will take a little bit of time and do a main channel video about using this kind of stabilizer with the iPhone, and probably with the Galaxy S7 or S7 Edge. What I was kind of thinking about doing was comparing the footage from this, either the iPhone or the S7 or both, maybe two separate videos, against the DJI Osmo, because that's hardware stabilized by default. This one can be hardware stabilized for a couple $100. So technically you could take your existing phone and pair it up with this kind of stabilizer, which I think you can actually get not the Cam, but another brand for maybe $150 to $200 now, as opposed to $550 for the Osmo. So anyway, that's enough for this. And literally right after I hit the button, FedEx pulls up outside. Awesome. So it's quite a little while later, and as you can see, I have a stack of mail. There we go, now you're on a stand, so you can sit here with me while I do this. Aha! Been looking forward to this. This is a directional condenser microphone, a little tiny microphone that you can put onto a DSLR camera. I keep looking over there. You're over here. There's nothing to look at over there. So yeah, this is a little microphone I should be able to attach. Hopefully I'm gonna have a mount coming for the Osmo sometime soon that maybe I can attach this to. So gonna do some testing with this. Actually, I'm fairly certain I know what the other two things are as well. Oh yeah, this is actually what will replace what I'm using right now. I'm using a relatively cheap cell phone mount that I got with a selfie stick. This is a Joby grip type mount. It's actually designed for larger phones, but I have a feeling it'll work with this little one as well. Let's just see what it looks like while we're in here. And that's a mount. That's what I'm talking about. Just flip this little thing out. It's got a tripod mount attached to the bottom of it. You stick your phone in there, and it stretches out to accommodate. And nope, it's not gonna work with the iPhone. It is actually just slightly too large, even in a small state, to accommodate the iPhone. that sucks. But I probably won't be using the iPhone very much as a camera like this. And the worst case scenario, I can actually buy the other one. I think they're like $8 or $10, maybe $12 a piece, something like that. And the third item, the Spigen Wallet iPhone SE 5S5 kickstand cover thing. I don't honestly think this is going to be a video because I really don't want to make videos about every single case that I get sent. That would get very old very quickly. And the video itself would basically be, oh look, it's a case. You can stick stuff in. Actually, I really like that design. It's a black leather, but it's not leather. At least I don't think it's leather. Now, the one thing this is missing in the case that this is currently in is Qi charging. Although it might be possible to actually pry the Qi charging pad out of that. I think I'd have to take it apart to do it. Or maybe just buy another Qi charging pad. The reason I thought this was kind of interesting was that I'd be able to put cards and money in here and have all of this without having to carry a wallet, which would be kind of nice. And it was like $3, so can't beat that. But that is mail time for today. And I just have to say it, the iPhone just saved itself. I sat here for like 3.5 minutes just filming mail time unboxing stuff, and I went to check it right afterwards, and I noticed that the camera said 120 FPS. Apparently, as a part of hitting the record button on it, I managed to swipe up a little bit, which put it from video to slow-mo. But the software on the iPhone apparently has the ability to deal with that. Because I had it set to 1080p, you can change it back to normal speed. So hopefully it's 1080p 60. One way or the other, I should be back at 1080p 60 now. So I've gone ahead and edited all of the vlog for today. In addition to making some decent progress on stuff for work, there was a silly little thing that I had to deal with in terms of a login page that I have. I use this third-party Rails gem. Takes care of all the login information for me. Basically, I just point it at a server and it does all the rest. It makes the login forms and everything. Problem is, when it generates that login form, it literally just says username and password and has a little bit of styling to it. And you can't actually modify that, really, that I can tell. Which means that the people are putting in the wrong usernames, so we have some support people that were just not understanding the way they had to use it to log in. So I had to go back and try to force a change into it to make it work properly, or not even make it work properly, but make it show, oh wait, you need to use this form of your username to get in, not just the shortened version of it. So that took a little bit longer than anticipated, but luckily it is done, it is working. And I just came to the realization that I can actually use the volume buttons to start and stop recording on this, which will make it significantly easier for me editing. At least I wish there was a way to know that it was recording from the other side, but you take what you can. And so far, I mean, just watching the video back that I've edited, it looks so good. Even in this lighting, it looks, in my opinion, a little bit better than the footage from the normal, well, from the Canon Vixia Mini I normally shoot with. By the way, just because I have mentioned this a few times, there's the front of my Vixia Mini. I've told you guys I drop it a bunch. Yeah, you can see the microphone, how rough and how dinged up it is there. But I've dropped this so many times. The screen is still in excellent condition, albeit probably a few tiny little scratches on it. Nothing major. Everything's still in excellent shape. And I have dropped this on concrete countless times. This is the only part that's received any damage, and it still works just fine. So if you're in the market for a small, pocketable camcorder, I'm still going to go ahead and recommend this. I have not finished up the review on it because I haven't actually even started thinking about my thoughts on the review. I've just been using it day in and day out. To do a review, I kind of need to explore the rest of the features, not just I'm holding it out here using it as a camcorder. I need to try everything else out on it before I finish that up. That's part of the reason why I don't ever actually review cameras. I just use them all the time. Anyway, I gotta get back to work for a little while. And I will say, after having edited all of this iPhone footage so far, the one real issue that I have with any of it is just the workflow part of it. Because I plug in the lightning cable, I run the import inside of iMovie, and it takes a long time to actually get that footage imported. Whereas if I'm just using an SD card from my camera, it starts being able to be edited immediately, just like I can from the iPhone. But in terms of, hey, you're done, click the eject button, on the SD card, it takes usually less than a minute, depending on how much footage I've got. On the iPhone, it can take upwards of 10 minutes, which is not pretty at all. I have a feeling I could probably just copy the files over manually and import them after the fact, but that would involve 2 copies of the files that I'll have to delete later, and yeah. So for the most part, I've just been plugging it in and letting it go. And I will say, I've checked the battery life, and aside from having it plugged in while I was pulling the files off, the battery has been holding up amazingly well, even though I've been recording a lot. Yeah, just checked it, and after recording all these little clips that I've done, 97%. Like I said, I have plugged it in a couple of times to pull files off, but I've not left it hooked into anything with any sort of power other than just the laptop port, and it's only been plugged in there for maybe 10 to 15 minutes total today. That's impressive. Yay, everybody's home, and we even have visitors. Hello there. And Duncan's here too. Duncan, look who's here.
Grandma! Grandma!
Alice.
I Ritzy Papa.
He thought it was another tooth.
Oh, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Yes, he is. He's
You
a
need
big
another
boy.
$5?
Yeah, twice.
So Daddy taking your picture. Daddy's taking your picture.
Hey.
Oh, then I'll have to show you.
Where are we going tomorrow?
I get it, kitty. I get it, kitty. I get it, kitty.
Get him.
How about
Get him, get him, get him.
I get it. I get it.
Time to grab a little dinner. Sorry if you can't hear me. The ladies are already inside, and we're going to a little place called Malone's for some steak. You can steak? Steak or sushi or both. It's been a while since I've been here, so I don't know what they have.
What do you usually do? Blackens. That's how I like it. Yeah, that's perfect. I think that asparagus is
That is maple bacon chicken.
This is so cool. It's like a little thing for your lemon. It's like a pantyhose kind of thing. So you don't get seeds when you have to squeeze my lemon over the.
Meat consumed. Sorry, windy. Really windy. Good food.
Yes,
I'm videoing you guys.
Oh always videoing. That is great.
Food was good. It's very windy though. Really nice sunset, but really windy and cold. Time to grab something warm to warm us all up.
I think they don't want people sitting around.
That's weird. And we've made it home, and it's really dark in here. I heard you're missing a tooth. Let's see. Whoa, you are just toothless Joe. And he is just snoozing. And we've made it home. Sorry it's been dark. The iPhone apparently does not like low light. It's good to know. I kind of figured that it would, but oh well. And now that we're home, I've got to get back to work because I filmed the news video earlier and I edited a part of it, but I'm not done yet. News video edited, rendered, uploading right now, over 30% uploaded. It's, let's see, it's already after 10 p.m. It's like 10:20. It's gonna be a close one. It's gonna be like maybe 11 something by the time it's up. I'm using the Verizon hotspot to get it uploaded though, so it'll be up kind of quickly. Got the vlog edited up to this point, I think. Yeah, so it's looking good. So yeah, basically just got to see if there's anything else I can get done, get everything packed because we're leaving tomorrow to go somewhere. All right, it is late. It's actually almost midnight. It's 11:55. I just got Ellis in bed. Everybody else is in bed, and the Tooth Fairy has actually already visited Duncan, which is magical. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up editing the vlog, and I've got to go ahead and get a tech bag packed because we are leaving town tomorrow morning. It's gonna be a lot of fun. You guys are gonna really enjoy it, and I've got to pack a lot of different tech things, so that's gonna be fun. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending the day with me and the family and the friends and everything that we had to do today, and we will see you again tomorrow for a very fun day. Bye guys.